Music is a part and parcel of our life. Every major event or every scenario, every day, in different context, we are always associated with the music. If some weekend youngsters, the college-going students wants to enjoy their post-exam victory, they play music, they'll dance. And similarly, somebody wants to take a walk in the evening, they listen music, they walk. And for films, the promo trailer, it's backed with some music. There are songs. They are purely supported by visuals and audio. And folk songs and the normal life, you take any scenario. When I say music, easily can connect with a recent memory of your experience with loved music, maybe for film based or standalone videos or your own videos, your own musics and everything there. That is the main concern, main point of today's discussion. I am Arul Selvan, faculty from the School of Journalism and New Media Studies, IGNOU. We have a program in media, journalism and digital media in the one of the courses about media and information literacy. Media and information literacy is being explained to you in many times. Maybe in other videos you can check it clearly about the concept and definition of media literacy. In this program, we are trying to understand the relationship between a representation and music videos from the perspective of media literacy. What is the need to study about media literacy, or what is the need to connect that media literacy with the music videos? That too about a representation thing. Remember that media representation is a very, very complex idea. Media representation refers to how various groups, identities, and concepts are portrayed in a media content. It compasses how news, entertainment, advertising depict individuals, communities, culture, and issues. Every aspect of our routine life are being represented in terms of individual level or collective level through media, newspapers, textual format, or audio means explanation, video means composition. Every level, something of real life is being depicted, reconstructed, given to the audience. It's not happening mechanically. It's not happening in the routine life of production process of media. Every frame, every word, every explanation is consciously selected. It's not happening in a real-time basis, right? For example, if film video, Bollywood film video, the production value of any film itself goes some hundreds of crores. In that, definitely they spend some good amount of time and money for preparing a film sequence. They might have a separate schedule and a lot of props, properties, costumes, and arrangements, rehearsals. A lot of money is being pumped and planned properly, choreography, and there is a separate music composer. They come with a good classic music. The tune should catch the audience pulses. In the film industry, music plays a crucial role in earning money, box office hit, in Indian context at least. So these films songs are created very consciously, second by second. What movement needs to be taken, what camera needs to be taken, what other people needs to be associated, how they will be performing, what message needs to be conveyed, whether linked with the lyrics or not. So much of planning happens there. In that planning, the planning is happening very consciously. But unconsciously, whatever is visible in the screen, right, we can make out a different meaning altogether. How gender is being portrayed in a film song, if you look at that, you can understand the role of gender in film songs in Indian context. The how many seconds shown to the hero and heroine and supporting actress and dance group and all. If you play critically, if you analyze that, you will find a different meaning altogether in those seconds and minutes of editing, composition, and selling the song. There, every frame, every part of the frame represents some idea, individual, a group, or community, or an issue or ideology. Everything is consciously interlinked in composition. Same with the newspapers, same with other things. But here we are talking more about music videos, either standalone music videos or part of the popular culture music videos. So where we are trying to understand the representation part. And remember that in those whole process of representation, definitely you will find some sort of stereotypes, some sort of biasness. Media representation can often perpetuate stereotypes and biases, reinforcing preconceived notions and prejudices. Stereotypes may relate to gender, may relate to ethnicity, sexuality, other identities. Stereotypes and biases you have to understand clearly. It may not be imposed automatically, it comes automatically. Automatically lines, many times we used to say the media is a mirror of society. Mirror is just simply mirroring the society. If there is a stereotypes, it's a biasness happens, majority of the time, it's a reflection of the reality happening in the social situation. If there is an imbalance in gender, it gets reflected in the films. The film industry themselves are more imbalanced in terms of gender. Society, there is a different hierarchy. And film industry, there is a hierarchy. Usually, it goes all together. Male dominated, male dominated. This is the society. Many times, many scenarios, you might feel that there is a hierarchy. Film, definitely you can say that it's a very simplistic scale to measure the equality, how much money is being paid to the hero, how much money is being paid to the heroine. That you can understand the gender imbalances. The imbalances is what is happening here and gets reflected in the films, in the videos, the music videos automatically. These videos simply they are reinforcing what's happening in the society. They are reinforcing biasness many times. Certain times it's being imposed deliberately. The director or composer deliberately putting certain things for a certain agenda, certain hidden agenda. So this is the issue with the representation, and it can be challenged. It can be challenged, but it's very very difficult to challenge in a commercial scenario. If you challenge it, if that is not being accepted by audience, it's a huge loss for the producer. So nobody takes a risk. Very difficult for them to take a risk because the loss, big loss that. So they'll try to go along with the social attitudes, majority viewpoints. That's how the offline social routine, our life, whatever the stereotypes, biases we are facing, gets reflected in the videos. The problem is videos are enhancing these stereotypical values. They are propagating to the larger sections, and videos, particularly music videos, are consumed many times. Films, we might watch it for a couple of times, rarely once. Sometimes we like it, sometimes maybe couple of times, maybe after some years we watch it another time. But music videos, film songs, we frequently watch that. If this is a way this is a popular entertainment component where the stereotypes, biasness are deliberately being imposed, then think about the mindset, the people, particularly young mindset, when they consume these kind of videos with the kind of stereotypical attitudes and biasness, and automatically their mindset is being reinforced on this is the reality. They are supposed to follow this way. So this is the issue with the representation. And what are the impact of media representation? The way the groups and individuals' identities are represented can significantly influence public's perception attitude towards the group, a community, whoever got represented in whichever manner way. And the representation always has the power to shape the social and cultural beliefs. And if suppose the stereotypes reinforced frequently, remember that the media content has a strong reaching point. It has a very influential position to reach nook and corner. Not only nook and corner, it's being delivered with a power. If some super star of film industry talking about certain statement about some issue, it's being accepted or received by a large number of people without questioning that. So this is the power of media. And when the representation is happening in a different context, with the stereotypical level, with the biasness, again, it's being reinforced in multiple manners in different capacity to the large number of people. So this is the one issue. We have to be more careful in the media studies context. So this is why we have to study on the media representation, the impact and all. And when we move to the issue of representation, there is two more associated concept called underrepresentation and misrepresentation. Underrepresentation is not about what is being shown, but it's about what is being omitted accurately or inaccurately. This is happening routinely. Very simplistic example I can give that you can easily relate with that. And in the newspapers, just see that the front page or television prime time, what set of news is being covered and from where it got originated. 90% of the time, routine time, the stories are usually based on the urban centric, where the power is being located. If it is state capital, means where the power is located, assembly, the political players, commercial players. If it's a national capital, there the political, commercial, multiple players are playing that. Most likely the stories are revolves around that. Of course, you can ask question, why not some stories are coming from far off from urban context and all. Just examine those cases, stories coming from outside the power center, outside urban. Usually, that kind of stories has come kind of huge magnitude of impact. For example, earthquake, flooding, and murder, mass level of murder, some huge deviation from the routine life, that gets noticed by the newspapers and channels and all. This is the routine part. Usually, the media always concentrate on the point where they'll try to attract more attention. Media is a business. They have to attract the audience. How they can attract the audience? With a kind of they have to play like a magnet. How they can make a magnet? If they have very attractive ideas, then only they can bring the more audience. What kind of audience you want? You want the audience who has a more economic power to purchase more products, because more audience you bring, you have to sell the audience to the corporates. This is how the media business. You have to understand this complex issue, and we have explained it in some other videos. You can understand it clearly. So this is this whole process. Whichever the element, whichever the group, whichever elements doesn't support the media's requirement. If there's one group which is outside the power sector, outside the economic power, outside the mainstream system, then they don't have any selling value. So they are usually neglected, underrepresented. Many times, certain cases, certain individuals, certain issues, certain communities are misrepresented. Misrepresented are done deliberately, and underrepresentation also happening deliberately. Can contribute to this. Both concept can lead to inequalities and misunderstanding in a society. These two are happening deliberately. It's not happening automatically. It's not happening by way of life of media people. It's a deliberate attempt by the people involved in the production for sake of certain benefits. Okay, so understand these issues and all. What is the need to study representation in the context of media literacy? I explained about the stereotypes, biasness, underrepresentation, misrepresentations. Understand the consequences of that. Young minds are molded accordingly. They'll tend to appreciate or accept certain groups because that's being played very frequently, and that's being regarded very high values and promoted in a very positive manner. And certain things are not promoted, underrepresented, negative promotion. So these people, they look at them in a different manner. This is the perception we are developing. The media plays a crucial role in developing a perception. And but as an individual, we can't be a scapegoat of whatever media wants. Media wants our attention. Media wants our opinion for sake of in favor of political decisions, in favor of commercial decisions. Ultimately, they are getting a benefit. What is the benefit for us? So we don't have any. We have the thinking power. We have a decision making power. Why can't we think on our own? Why can't decide on our own informed decisions? This is what media literacy says that. Media literacy literally says the individuals should be very conscious about whatever the media is coming to us and how they have to treat that content very carefully. If the certain characters are portrayed in a different manner, if some communities are presented in a different manner, certain issues are presented in a different manner, we should not accept as it is. They are doing, media is doing for sake of their own agenda. But as individual, there is no need for us to accept as it is. The critical understanding is required. And the media literacy is talking about critical understanding. You access the content, but accept with the proper critical understanding. This is what media literacy says that. Critically analyze the media content in a crucial aspect of media literacy. It equips individuals with the skills to critically assess the media content. And this way, it increases the inclusivity. Understanding and challenging the problematic representation can lead to more inclusive media. Diversity is required. Every media, because if you look at the society, it's not a homogeneous society. It's a heterogeneous society. Heterogeneous society in the sense, in terms of culture, in terms of language, in terms of geographical location, in terms of culture, in terms of literature, you will find variety of scenarios. But media should honor those diversity, right? If they are working for one particular majority culture, then all the remaining are underrepresented or all the remaining are misrepresented, because according to the media, these are content, these are the institutions, culture or community or individuals are not valuable people. They can't sell those for the larger audience. This is a mass culture. They can't be a part of the mass culture as per the media. This is what happens if the media is being uncontrolled, if individuals are not critically analyzing the part. Once we become more critical, so automatically the media popularity goes down, because we'll accept whichever truth is correct as a media literate person. So that indirectly enhance the diversity, inclusivity. So that is the one outcome of media literacy and representation part. And once you are more critical about the representations, so you can challenge the stereotypes, you can analyze the media representations, enables to question and challenge the stereotypes and its biases. And it promotes the tolerance and empathy. You can understand the underrepresented, you can understand the misrepresented community, you can understand their feelings, you can understand their position, their demand, everything there. So this is the one benefit of analyzing critically the media content part. So that media literacy helps the individuals like you and me to negotiate the meaning from the meaning of the content we receive from the media part. Now, slightly I'll go back to the main component of the discussions about what is the music videos about. Now we have discussed about the main representations. Music video is a very powerful medium, and it's a audio visual combination of magic. They create a magic based on the creative combination of audio and visual content. Music videos seamlessly combines audio and visuals to create a very different new experiences. It's a fusion of music and visuals and engages viewers emotionally with the content. And it has a more impactful, I told you, right? Films we watch very rarely, one or two times, but music videos we watch frequently that. And music videos often tell a story or convey a message through a narrative. The narrative structure allows the conveyance of complex idea, and they tend to take whatever the popular stand of the society. And it has an emotional connection because of the music and videos, a combination. It creates a magic in the audience mindset. So that's why it's become more popular, and it has this kind of emotional attached and the creativity can reach the nook and corner, because music doesn't follow any language barrier. Anyone can understand that. You might have seen a lot of viral videos, music videos, of some other languages, and you may not be able to understand the meaning of the lyrics, but being played in many platforms, public platform, entertainment scenario and all, and it has a component of influence on popular culture, can set the trend in fashion, it can change, influence the style, it can influence the cultural references, it influences the popular culture in a very emotional context. That's a powerful, you can understand that how music videos are playing a role in the society, how powerful they are. And we have studied the representation so far. We discussed about the representation, different issues, and I told you about how powerful is a music video, why it's a powerful. Now this combine these two, and you will find a variety of interesting types of analyzing this video content. As a media student, who studies the media literacy, you can study about the gender representation in these videos, particularly music videos. I told you it's very powerfully component, consciously constructed, how various groups are represented, sexual orientation and identity, body image representation, socio-economic representations. If you look at the variety of representation, these are all visible in your music videos. Simply and play a video, just see the differences between multiple gender, how gender is being portrayed, who dominates that, and who plays a main role, who plays a subordinate role. Easily you can understand that there is a hierarchy. Whether the hierarchy exists in society, you will find many times, you will find the matching hierarchy. What we are facing in a social context, similar thing is being extended in the music videos. For example, gender, music videos often portray stereotypical gender roles, such as women in a submissive or sexualized roles, and men as a dominant and aggressive. Definitely, you can find examples. The impact of the representation reinforces challenging the traditional gender norms. This is what happening here, and the music videos, that sometimes it empowers individuals by challenging stereotypes. And if you are able to understand the content clearly, you can challenge the media content. How that's happened through empowerment. Once you know how to consume the content, then you can empower yourself to challenge the media content. And with the recent recent technological developments, music videos are no longer attached with the in industry, film industry or music industry. Music industry itself is a big revenue making model, and individuals nowadays can, there are a lot of videos, reels and everything available online, digital platform. You can find the interesting, very creative one. But again, the same, you may not find the difference between institutions that makes the music videos and individuals that makes the videos. Everybody wants to, because if it's a industry based music videos, they want more viewership. Similarly, online, they want more likes, more sharing, more reach, more everything. They can monetize their content. So that's again, you can study same kind of issues. You may not find videos, numbers might be less. They're challenging stereotypes. And another aspect of the representation is cultural appropriation and positive cultural representation. These are required in terms of balancing the different issues of representations. We said underrepresentation, misrepresentations. That can be done with a positive cultural representation and cultural appropriation. This just be inclusive and try to be involve all the sections and respect all the cultural values in the part. There's a challenge, since the music videos, people can take a challenge, because film is a whole identity and music video is a part of that. Or if the music video is part outside the film industry, it can be a separate single component, and based on its lyrics, music, it can reach larger number, and parallelly they can minimize the underrepresentations and misrepresentation thing. And another part of issue that needs to be corrected is sexual orientation identity. Heteronormative and inclusive depictions, music videos that conform to heteronormative representations or relationship with those depict LGBT and identities and relationship. Usually, that's what accepted. The significance of inclusive representation for LGBT are required because these are different values, different individual choices, and there's a visibility and advocacy, and music videos as a platform for diverse viewpoints, diverse groups, and marginalized, disadvantaged groups. Because of we have the freedom guaranteed through constitutions, every groups, individuals, they can practice their own choice of life, and they should have a chance to represent it in the popular culture. So this is one way of looking at the representation. The last point is socio-economic representation, and in the social setup there are a lot of disparities, hierarchies, and there is no need to replicate those in the music videos. And representation may contribute to materialistic values and social inequality. There is no need to do all this part. Music videos, the purpose is different, and there is no to replicate the social hierarchy or social inequality. That needs to be challenged, that needs to be corrected. It may not happen overnight, but as an individual, and as an individual who are interested to study more about media literacy, and when you are contextualizing the music videos in your routine life, be careful about all these visuals and musics are presented to you. As we explained in the beginning, the content music itself is a very emotional part, and while emotional become emotional, there many times our mind become very open, we tend to accept as it is part. So individuals has to be very careful on a routine process, and this representation can be understood clearly. Because of music videos are very powerful, we had to be more careful in consuming part. Thank you.